Another year, another heartbreaking loss for the Buffalo Bills, and another controversial call. Hello, everyone. You're watching the J-Red Show on YouTube and TikTok. The Buffalo Bills season comes to a heartbreaking end after a 33-30 loss to the Denver Broncos. And it was a controversial call where Josh Allen passed the balls to Brandon McMillan. Not to Brandon McMillan, to Brandon Cooks. And then Jaquan McMillan took the ball away. It was ruled an interception. Even though he had full possession, he was down by contact. But the NFL, once again, with their stupid rules, those stupid misunderstanding of the rules, just gave it to McMillan. Even though we've seen time and time again, players down by contact, that's a catch. The NFL does not understand what a catch is. Now, I am not just mad at the refs. There are two statements that are equally true. That was a terrible call that cost the Bills. Would have likely put them in field goal position for a chip shot win. Chip shot field goal win. But I'm also mad at Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott for once again failing to put Josh Allen in a position to win a Super Bowl. For failing to build around him. Failing to get a top wide receiver and failing that defense. They allowed 30 points to Bo Nix. Yes, there's a lot of injuries. But with the money and the resources they put in the defense, there is no excuse for the defense to look that bad. 26 for 46, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Although the biggest reason why the Bills lost this game is because of the turnovers. A James Cook fumble. A Josh Allen, just a dumb play at the end of the half where he threw the ball backwards. Don't know if he's trying to go for a lateral. Just mental mistakes. I thought Buffalo on paper was the better team, but then just mental mistakes just cost them yet again. Just mental mistakes, blunders, dumb penalties, and, the Buffalo Bills season's over now. And yes, now you can say that they should have got to the AFC Championship game, but once again, Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott are just failed to build a roster around him. And the question is, how much longer is Pagula going to put up with this? How many more seasons do you think how many more chances do he's going to give Josh Allen? How many more chances does Pagula give Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott to build a quality roster around Josh Allen and get him a Super Bowl? I'm trying to remain optimistic. I'm trying to tell myself that Peyton Manning Josh Allen's going to be 30. Well, it took Peyton Manning until he was 30 to win the Super Bowl with the Colts. Or how John Elway, who didn't win the Super Bowl to his last 2 seasons. But the clock is ticking, and I'm seriously starting to doubt that Beane and McDermott can finish the job. My honest prediction is that Joe Brady gets fired or goes to a different team. Bobby Babbage gets fired. And I can definitely see Brandon Beane being fired because it seems like there's some kind of disagreement amongst Beane and McDermott. Sounds like they've been arguing and disagreeing about the roster construction. So I think Beane gets fired and McDermott gets one more chance to find an offensive coordinator and a number one wide receiver and a good GM and a good defensive coordinator to get Josh Allen over the hump. I have been a big Bean McDermott supporter. But the fact that they couldn't win the Super Bowl in a year where they didn't have to deal with Mahomes, Burrow, or Jackson, it's time for some changes. Terry Pagula finally cleaned house with the Buffalo Sabres, and hopefully it'll be time for him to continue house with the Buffalo Bills. And now Bo Nix is injured, broke his ankle. New England beat the Texans. They're probably gonna beat the Broncos and go to the Super Bowl yet again. And I am done watching NFL. I'm probably done watching NFL football for the remainder of this year. I'm so dejected, so frustrated with both the Bills and the NFL. I need to take a break. On to the Sabres, who also had a heartbreaking loss. Very similar to the Bills game. They were down 3-1. They came back to make it 4-3. They made it exciting. But then they committed a stupid penalty near the end of the period. And they lose in overtime. I am feeling better about the Sabres than the Bills, but I have low expectations. Oh, the Sabres, I mean, it's going to be a fight to see if they can end this playoff drought. Ever since they have fired Kevin Adams, they have been red hot. They are 15-2-1 ever since they fired Kevin Adams. And there's a lot of comparisons to this year to the 05-06 Sabres that almost won the Cup 20 years ago. They just got hot. Everything started to connect. They had a mediocre start, but then they get hot. And yeah, this could be the year. Who knows? But the problem is, it seems like as they got hot, so is all the division rivals. Montreal's hot. Detroit's hot. Tampa Bay's light. Boston got hot. The Boston Bruins are supposed to be tanking, yet they are ahead of the Buffalo Sabres. So if there's any reason for frustration with the Sabres, it's that all their division rivals have gotten hot. And now the Sabres need to keep this up pretty much for the remainder of the season. And now they have a condensed schedule. They'll be playing pretty much every other day until the Olympic break. And, sports are making me miserable. Olympics are coming up. Team USA, just like the Bills, just like the Buffalo Bills, Team USA has, on paper, the chance to win the championship. But Bill Guerin, once again, does not get the best players. He learned a little bit. He got Tage Thompson over Brock Nelson. But I tell you about it, they did add Tage Thompson, but they still have Brock Nelson. Why did they add Miller and Troking over Caulfield, Nines, DeBrent, and Robertson? It's stupid. Go figure. I'm at a point where I'm content with the Sabres GM, but I want the Bills GM and the USA Gold Olympic GM to be fired. Yeah, I'm in a bad mood when it comes to sports. So I'll be doing a show about movies. I saw Primate. I talked about the new Star Trek show and the new Percy Jackson Olympians. What are your thoughts? Hit me on Twitter at JRedShow, and I'll see you later.